BN to wage all-out war to counter opposition's lies. Don't play up sensitive issues to gain people's support. Good afternoon. You're watching News on 2 with me, Amin Carlos. Now, Barisan Nasional BN must wage an all-out war to counter the opposition's lies in the run-up to the 14th general election in the interest of the people. Now, according to Prime Minister Dato Seri Najib Tun Razak, the BN government had a proven track record in looking after the people, unlike the opposition, who were only good at peddling empty promises.
Kalau nak politik, politik tak apa. Kalau nak kritik, kritik tak apa. Tapi jangan menipu rakyat. Jangan bohong pada rakyat. Sebab itu kita mesti perang mereka habis-habisan. Takkan kita, tuan-tuan ni nak termakan dengan penipuan mereka. Kita mesti berdiri di atas sesuatu yang boleh mengubah masa depan kita, tuan-tuan.
Dato Seri Najib was speaking at a people's gathering and the groundbreaking ceremony for the Bukit Mambay Affordable Housing Project in Labis, Johor yesterday. He added that among the lies by the opposition was the claim that the government had awarded citizenship to Chinese nationals who bought properties at the forest city near Galangpata and that the Kedah state government had sold 3 islands to China. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the 14th general election will be the arena for the Barisan Nasional to regain its glory by retaking Kelantan, which has been under opposition rule for 27 years. The UMNO Vice President, who is also carrying out the duties of Deputy President, said, as such, the BN machinery must go the extra mile and convince the electorate that the coalition was sincere in wanting to serve the people of Kelantan.
Ya, sekarang ni jumlah undi bertambah, jumlah pengundi bertambah.
Sahabat-sahabat saya dan saudara-saudara saya di Kuala Krai, cukuplah selama ini kita menagih seperti melukut di tepi gantang. Bila peluang datang, jangan ambil kesempatan, ambillah mana-mana yang sempat. InsyaAllah BN akan membantu semua rakyat di Kuala Krai ini.
Dato Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid was speaking at a meet and greet session at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Mengkebang in Kuala Krai, Kelantan yesterday. Meanwhile, in another event, Dato Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid denies accusations that gambling would be allowed if and in Kelantan if Barisan Nasional regains control over the state. Now, instead, the Deputy Premier vowed that gambling activities will be completely wiped out should the people of Kelantan choose to be led by BN.
Saya arahkan Ketua Polis Negeri Kelantan DCP Datuk Hasanuddin mesti hapuskan judi di Kelantan ini 100% kalau BN menang. Ini komitmen saya. Ini adalah janji saya. Janji yang ditepati.
Tidak ada kompromi di dalam soal-soal akidah dan soal-soal ibadah. Hukum tetap hukum.
Dato Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid also stressed that action will be taken on police officers found to be in cahoots with gambling syndicates. He also announced an allocation of 6.5 million ringgit for development works in the Machang parliamentary constituency. Political parties and candidates contesting in the 14th general election are reminded not to play up sensitive issues such as religion and race merely to gain the people's support. The Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Tan Sri Joseph Kurup, said it took years to build unity in a multiracial country, but it could be destroyed in just the blink of an eye if it was not properly preserved.
Live race dan juga perkara yang sensitif yang boleh macam balakan perpaduan. Saya berpendapat semua politik yang akan bertanding mempunyai objektif saja. Objektif dia ialah untuk meningkatkan taraf hidup rakyat bersatu padu supaya kita boleh mencapai matlamat yang kita nak itu.
Tan Sri Joseph was speaking to the media after flagging off the Kembara Perpaduan Media 2018 program organized by the National Unity and Integration Department in Putrajaya yesterday. He added that issues such as religion and race will not bring any benefit but will only cause hatred among the people. Civil servants who intend to contest in the 14th General Election, or GE, are allowed to do so with the condition that they resign from their current position. And Public Service Department Director General Tan Sri Zainal Rahim Saman said the individual will also need to follow the conditions and guidelines set by the Public Service Department.
Tanding tak tanding ini tergantung pada calon berkenaan lah. Jika dia dipilih untuk bertanding, bertandinglah. Tapi syaratnya kalau masih dalam perkhidmatan, kena tenderkan perjawatan lah.
Tan Sri Zainal Rahim said this in a speech at the 2015 National Transformation Program organized by the Perak government and the Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Service, QPAX, Perak at Bangunan Perak Darul Ridwan in Ipoh, Perak. The Fire and Rescue Department has given assurances that all premises that have been selected as voting and polling centres for the 14th General Election, GE14, are safe and ready to be used. The department's Director General, Dato Sri Wan Muhammad Nur Ibrahim, said to date, all 778 voting centres and 34 polling stations nationwide have been checked.
Dengan pilihan raya telah diperiksa ataupun dalam proses untuk kita periksa sepenuhnya bagi memastikan premis-premis yang digunakan ini selamat. Itu memang kita dah lakukan. Cuma kita tunggu kalau ada lagi senarai yang terakhir, kita akan buat pemeriksaan.
Dato Sri Wan added that firefighters will be stationed at all centres during voting day to ensure that voting process runs smoothly. Now, meanwhile, schools which have been designated as voting centres in the upcoming 14th General Election will be closed should it fall on a school day. Education Minister Dato Sri Madzir Khalid, however, said this matter will need to be discussed with the Election Commission, or EC, adding that the schools involved will also need to make an application to the ministry.
Kita bersedia untuk mengadakan cuti kepada pelajar sekiranya cuti itu pilihan raya itu jatuh pada hari sekolah. Tapi kita tak tahu lagi sebab ini di bawah Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya Malaysia bila dia nak buat. Tapi kita di kementerian bersedialah. Kami nak kena bincang dulu lah. Kita bincang dulu di dekat kementerian kan. Kalau pada hari biasa, hari cuti tak ada masalah untuk kita. Tapi kalau jatuh pada hari kerja, kita kena bincang lah macam mana nak buat untuk adakah semua sekolah akan ditutup ataupun sekolah itu saja.
Dato Sri Madzir said this after accepting the Doctor of Philosophy Award from University Mahsa in Puchong, Selangor. For the record, there are a total of 10,180 primary and secondary schools nationwide with 5.07 million students. The Higher Education Ministry has launched its fourth Industrial Revolution book titled Framing Malaysian Higher Education 4.0 Future Proof Talents, in conjunction with the 22nd Malaysian Education Summit in Sunway, Selangor. Now, its minister, Dato Sri Idris Joso, said the book would be a benchmark for the public and private institutions, as well as graduates in preparation to adapt to the ever-changing demands of the fourth Industrial Revolution. Dato Sri Idris said the book contains 4 major focuses, including numerous approaches with detailed initiatives and 3 future-proof attributes, as well as 9 future-proof skills sets in unlocking the 2015-2025 Malaysia Education Blueprint for Higher Education.
Sebab itu kementerian pada hari ini telah melancarkan buku Framing Malaysian Higher Education 4.0 untuk memastikan ianya selaras dengan kehendak-kehendak industri masa kini. Dan kita juga tahu bahawa kehendak industri pun tidak tahu apa yang terjadi dalam masa 4 tahun 5 tahun akan datang kerana perubahan yang begitu exponential.
He added that the book can also be downloaded through the Malaysian Higher Education 4.0 or MyHE 4.0 application, Google Play and App Store. Well, a man was killed today, while 2 others were injured after they were hit by a car while carrying out maintenance work for Telekom Malaysia, or TM, in Pulau Pinang. Northeast District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Anwar Omar, who confirmed the 1:30 a.m. incident on Jalan Burma said the deceased has been identified as 40-year-old Omar Osman. Well, it was revealed that the victims were doing maintenance work on TM's underground cable when they were suddenly rammed by a car, believed to be driven by a drunk driver. The impact of the crash caused the deceased to sustain serious head injuries and died at the scene. Now, the driver of the car, who was unharmed, had been placed under remand, and the case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Government awards 33 contracts to Bumiputra contractors for MRT SSP line. Stay with us. Now, the issue of Malaysian participant Zaliha Kadir Olpin, who was eliminated from the MasterChef UK program recently, has caught the attention of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. And in his Twitter account yesterday, Datuk Seri Najib posted the comment, "Who eats crispy chicken for rendang? #Malaysian food." Well, Datuk Seri Najib also uploaded a photo of the dish, and Zaliha's elimination from the program has sparked heated debate among netizens who defended the 48-year-old participant. And in the program, the judges criticized the dish prepared by the former accountant, now living in Bristol, saying the chicken was not crispy and its flesh did not fall off the bones. Now, meanwhile, Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Anifah Aman also weighed in, saying the issue brought Malaysians together, with many voicing out support for Zaliha on social media. In a posting on his Facebook, Anifah said with things heated up ahead of the general election, many forget about the things in common that binds Malaysians. He added that he was tickled pink by the whites planning, which is white people trying to school Asians in their own traditional cuisine. Now, the government has awarded 33 work package contracts to Bumiputra contractors with a total value of 15.52 billion ringgit for the construction of the MRT Sungai Buloh Serdang Putrajaya or SSP line. And Works Minister Datuk Seri Fadila Yusof said of the total, 900 million ringgit have been allocated for G1 to G6 grade contractors, while 600 million ringgit is for contractors who are implementing rail projects.
Jadi hari inilah dibuat balloting yang ke-8. Maknanya banyak balloting daripada 1 sehingga ke-8 dengan jumlah keseluruhan sudah hampir 32 juta sudah dianugerahkan pada kontraktor. Termasuk hari ini saja 15 juta, yang sebelum ni lebih kurang another 16 million, 1 sehingga 7.
Datuk Seri Fadila said the involvement of Bumiputra contractors will be enhanced through the MRT Corp Bumiputra Participation Program for the SSP line that targets 45% of the contract value allocated for them. He added that the amount is higher compared to the target of 43% of the MRT contract value allocated for Bumiputra contractors for the Sungai Buloh Kajang First line. Datuk Seri Fadila said this when launching the Klang Valley MRT project polling session yesterday. One Malaysia People's Shop, or KR1M 2.0, is free of price manipulation by any middleman or cartel. Domestic Trade, Cooperatives and Consumerism Minister Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin assures that all products sold at KR1M 2.0 outlets are directly obtained from manufacturers to ensure that they are sold at reasonable prices. The minister added that the Malaysia Competition Commission, MyCC, has been tasked to safeguard free and fair competition in commercial markets, as actions by cartels were found to be one of the reasons for price hikes.
Kita mempunyai undang-undang melalui MyCC untuk kita tentukan supaya mereka tak melakukan ini. Kalau mereka melakukan ini, kita akan ambil tindakan.
He said this during the MyCC #Bebas Cartel Mega Celebration 2018 held in the capital yesterday, where he also noted that action had already been taken on several companies found to be implementing the cartel system. The Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP, will come into force 60 days after 6 of the 11 participating countries ratify it. Now, according to Ministry of International Trade and Industry Secretary General Datuk Seri J. Jayasiri, they must also have a combined gross domestic product of at least 50% of the total signatories. Dato Sri Jayasiri said for Malaysia to ratify the agreement, it needed to amend 18 more acts related to labour, intellectual property and customs procedures, among others.
It is always good to be early, because if you are not in early, then the 6 countries will decide many things already, and then you come in later, you see. So it's good for you to be in there as soon as possible.
Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers seminar on the CPTPP yesterday, Dato Sri Jayasiri said the agreement offered tremendous possibilities, more than just tariff reductions to participating countries. It will also strengthen economic cooperation and capacity building among member countries. Edition of News on 2. Now, top story, BN to wage all-out war to counter opposition's lies. Join us again at 7 tonight for more updates. Till then, I'm Amin Carlos, and thank you for watching.